What is going on? What is going on? Welcome, Cleveland Terry Show, which is actually I don't know. I put the podcast option on for YouTube Music. So if anybody's using YouTube Music, all of my shows will be accessible via, I don't know, YouTube Music Podcast. I got to get my watch. So we are trying that out. We'll slowly start to migrate over to the other ones too. Not that I think it matters. I don't think many people would care that I have a podcast. Although you never know. Some of the podcasts that people listen to just sound absolutely crazy. So maybe you would as you were driving. I don't know. Maybe it's harder with the questions and answering. Is that even a thing that's possible? So I don't know. We'll see. I activated it. We'll go that route. We activated it. So hope everybody's having a good day. This will be a shortened show today. Not because of the podcast, but because I got a lot to do. I have like 7 meetings. It's LMU day for my son's college. So we got to go over there. We got to do the thing. Even though I don't believe that this particular one, we went to it in his freshman year. And sure, it's like, welcome back to school type thing. And it was fine, but I feel like it's going to be the same thing this time. Like it's actually for the entire weekend, but I have a gig tomorrow night. In fact, we have 5 gigs tomorrow night because of Halloween. Everybody's trying to push all their, school events and private parties to Friday. We have 2 on Halloween. I don't like to do them on Halloween, not because we can't, but because I don't want to work on Halloween, and neither does my partner. And all the DJs typically book their own little side gigs on Halloween. So anytime there's a Halloween event, I'm just like, who's available? And I get like crickets. So I don't really like to do those, but it is what it is. So today we're heading down to LMU. To walk around and spend money. I mean, let's be real. That's what we're doing here. Walking around and spending money. All of my my dietary restrictions, but they kind of went out the door over the last couple of days anyway. But that's what holiday pricing is for. You're charging more on Halloween. We already charge enough. Holiday pricing doesn't matter to us, but that doesn't change anything. People don't want to work on Friday. They don't want to work on Halloween because they've already booked their own gigs. That's my whole point. Not that I can't work it. Not that we don't get paid enough. Not that the DJ, won't get paid enough. It's just that everybody's already got pre-booked. I got kids. My wife always wants to go somewhere and go hang out and talk to adults. So that's what it's for. It has nothing to do with the money. Money's fine. But again, I would not charge additional money for Halloween. That's just, I don't consider that to be a big holiday for most people. So, I would charge it for New Year's. I would charge it for Christmas. I would charge it for, that's pretty much it. We don't charge more on Valentine's Day. I guess what I will do is if there is a holiday on a Monday, we do, weekend discounts for like Sundays and Fridays. If the Monday is a holiday, like Easter, I'm not doing events on Easter. Anyway, if there is a holiday on Monday, then that Sunday when we normally give discounts would not apply. That's it. But again, I don't know. I don't see the value in it. And it might be good I'm just telling you, we don't experience that. The only thing we do is, we just charge full rate, like a standard Saturday party. So that's more than enough. I don't have to raise it anymore for that. But that's it. Yeah, but Christmas, New Year's, they're going to pay, three times more. But yeah, not, everybody's got their thing. Halloween, I don't really care about. You're saying 5,000, I can't get you to DJ. No, that's what I'm saying. Look, money's not everything. Money's not everything. I've turned down way higher gigs on occasion when I've had to do things where I had other obligations. Trust me. It's just money. So no. And it depends. It depends on the day. Like, let's just say, for instance, let's say it's like our yearly Hanukkah party, right? We invite there's like 75 people at our house. We have it for one day out of the 8 days. And all of a sudden I have the ability to make money. Probably not going to do that because when the money's gone, my family, my friends, my wife are still going to remember how I wasn't there for that day. So you got to pick and choose. I mean, I work on New Year's all the time. My wife knows that. I'm not going to pass up on the money on that. I don't know what you guys are doing right now. The bottom line here is that I don't personally work on Halloween. That's the bottom line. I will pay anybody that wants to work Halloween on Halloween. That's all I'm saying. You guys are, I mean, this isn't, what was that movie with, Indecent Proposal. It's fine. Now, look, if I happen to need the money and it's like, oh, okay, great. Somebody wanted to offer and it's what I wanted to do, I would take it. I'm not taking it this year. Do you understand? Like, money is relative. Sometimes money is more valuable than other times for me. So if they offered Arab money, we're talking about like the comedy festival. Look, if they wanted to pay me that kind of money, yeah, I'm going away. I'm not going to pass up on that because if like Wayne was like, hey, I'll give you 5,000. I said, no, Arab they would be like, well, I will give you 20,000. And I will pay you for everything. And I will fly your family out too. I mean, it'd have to be a shit ton, but I'm not trying to pull, look, Dave Chappelle money, like that they paid him to go out and do comedy. I guarantee it was in the millions. I absolutely would have taken that. These comedians with principles don't see that kind of money. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We are busy. We're still busy. We're not going to be not busy until around the third week of November, and then we got our corporate parties in December. But then we take a couple of weeks off, which I'm looking forward to because, like I said, we've been doing production every single weekend, and we have a wall today. We have 10 parties, a wall, a couple of small lighting installs, and just little details here and there that are just all over the place. And for the life of me, I can't get these new clients. I cannot get these new clients to schedule their meetings well before the week of their party. I have given them every notice on the planet and I cannot get them. I'm still having today. I have clients right now. I have like 4 and I tried to cancel my day so I could go off and people were like, we need to talk. Our party's on Saturday. I'm like, who waited? Because you get a music questionnaire 6 weeks before your event. At the bottom of that questionnaire and in the email, it says, now schedule your meeting. So you can schedule it for like 2 weeks from now. And then you still have another, month or 3 weeks to go. All these people, I had a party planner. They're the worst right now. The party planner I've been talking to, she scheduled a meeting for Tuesday. Okay. So I talked to her yesterday. And she had a couple of questions about, stuff in the event. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. She goes, I have a meeting with them on Wednesday. So I need to know, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, that's a lot of stuff you're adding on right now, but whatever, fine. Let's say we can. She goes, I have a meeting with the client. I said, great. Schedule your meeting today because they will fill up. Schedule your meeting. Why is it at Wednesday at 4:00? She's like, hey, I don't know what to do. There's no availability. I'm like, yeah, there's no availability because I told you to schedule the day before. People act like we have only one party a weekend and it's theirs. People act like we don't have 10 parties. I'm sorry. This weekend we have 15 parties. So we don't have 15 parties this weekend. And that we don't have any new clients that are calling for information for bookings. It's just their party. Party planners are notorious for this. Or I'll get an email. Hey, can we get this on this date? Hey, can we get the cryo on this date? Hey, we want a wall on this. We want a wall for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, great. Who's the client? What do you mean? There's 12 other clients on the date. Which one is yours? You're just like, come on, I need something. I need something from you. And like, we have to tell people when you send your emails, you have to put the client name in the email. So-and-so's bar mitzvah. Hey, can I get this to go along with it? So when we search on that name, they all come up and nothing gets missed. I don't know why. They have so much problems. That's it. It's just problems. So, but these are first world problems. I know for most people, they're like, okay, so sorry, your phone rings too much. Sorry, you have so many parties. Like, I get it. But still, we're trying to run efficiently and we can't do that when everybody else is inefficient. And my God, is checked. I don't know how I got in. Luckily, I saw it. Oh, my wife. Okay. She's going to see the do not disturb and be pissed off in a minute. All right. So, let's see. What have I experienced this week? Well, I guess this guy, Phil, which I've never seen any of his videos, started making the rounds on Instagram and I think TikTok because he was talking about the CDJ 3000s and how they're slow, how they don't work. And a couple of my friends sent me his video. What's his name? Phil Harris. I've actually never, Phil Harris music. I've actually never followed him before. So people were sending this. And today I shot a whole new video, not a quick video, but today he did put out a retraction. See, the problem was he was using crappy USBs, crappy thumb drives, and it was slowing down the system because it has to read from that USB. It is the hard drive. And so he got on there and did that whole little, dog and pony show. And, that video. All right. So let's see here. That video, I can't see that part of traffic. So the video that was sent to me looks like, can I see insights? Are they going to show me insights? No, they won't show me insights. So I don't know how many, but there's 3,000 likes on here, 366 comments, 505 shares, and then 22 reposts. Okay. The one he's currently has up has 1,200 likes, 80 comments, and so far only 76 shares. So you see the problem, and then of course he did have to spin it because that's what we do. So you see the problem, it's like politics right now. The first thing you put out there is what everybody just kind of disseminates through everybody, and then everybody goes, the CDJ 3000s are trash. And then he sends out this retraction, and this retraction does not get the same views. And that's always a problem, So that's why I try to be as thorough as possible. There was one little screw up I did, and I didn't realize. So when I did the DJ 5.5 update, which now has the record box export and more importantly, the iPad export. When I did that video, I did say that, you can use it on the Denons. And apparently, Denon has not updated theirs to allow for that. So a little bit of a screw up. I just assumed because it's record box, but I realized that it's the One Plus update. And I don't know that I've checked the One Plus. I'm trying to see if I have anything here that I can use. I don't know where my Prime. Yeah. I think my Prime Go case is in the garage. So I have no way of testing it right now. Do I have a Newmark in here? I might have a Newmark in here. Anyway, so to make a long story short, so that's technically a screw up. But is that screw up going to change, everything? Because I know people are like, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you say this? It's a Alpha Theta. I think it's Tractor and whoever else wants to access it, it is their option. But that's not the video I did. Mojex did a great video on OnePlus and exactly what it does. I was merely talking about DJ in 5.5. So that was my only concern. Again, I don't believe that most people, especially my people, I think the majority of people on here are controller based, turntable based, controller based. I think a lot of people don't use CDs in that capacity that follow me. So I have my CDJ review that I still have to do. And Engine should read the record box DJ export. The problem is they have it set to the old record box right now, which is so they need to update it. But obviously not the other way through. Technically it will still see it, but it'll see it as files and it'll come up garbage. So that's the only thing. It won't have any of your information or anything in it on the transfer. Okay. So, again, short show, guys. So if you have any questions, anybody have any questions, throw it out there now so we can, get that ball going. I'm having a shit time, with my, web provider, which used to be a company called Lunar Pages. And then they were bought out a few years ago by this company called Host Papa. And I have not had a single good day with Host Papa. Every opportunity they get, they're like, hey, your server is pulling a lot of content. Hey, your server's doing this. Hey, you're this is this. Hey, this is that. And finally they were like, well, if you upgrade to this, VPS, virtual private server, if you upgrade to that, all the problems that we've been telling you going over your overflows and all that stuff, that'll go away. And I said, okay, fine. Let's just do that. And tell me why my site has still gone down a couple of times now. And it's not that my site, the problem is not that my site went down. If these things happen, I'm okay with it, right? First off, it always goes down on a fucking Friday. And that's always when clients want to, they see us at a party. So they want to request a brochure like that Saturday night or Sunday or Monday, and it's down. It doesn't tell us it's down unless we're going there or if a client tells us it's down. So I would send a trouble ticket to the company, right? A few hours later, I'd get an email. Hey, so we've reviewed your website. It's up. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And I go to the website and it's working again. And I'm like, so then the first time I'm like, whatever. Okay. I'm gonna let that go. Then it happened again. Client was like, hey, I tried to request your brochure from your website. Your website's down. Go to it again. Website's down. They reply again. Hey, we don't see a problem. I'm like, stop gaslighting me. So finally, I get another overflow. And I'm using WordPress. It's all updated. Everything's fine. I had to go through all that process again. So I go through it, and the guy emails me saying, "Hey, we've noticed you've used 12 gigs of your 60 gigs. Blah blah blah." And I replied literally word for word. Are you serious? The whole reason that we are on this plan is because this is the one that you recommended. To be honest, I'm not happy with your service ever since you moved over to HostPapa from Lunar Pages. He replies to me. Yeah, 12 of 60. Exactly. He replies to me. Hey, we're sorry you're experiencing that. Yeah, our job is only to just kind of warn you about these things and as they come up, blah, 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 right? While he is replying to me, I check my website. It's down again. Screenshot, post it in. Like, it's down again. What's your reason for this? And he says, oh, well, look. And then after like a few hours, it's back up again. He says, oh, well, it looks like, your thing is overflowing and then it's crashing. And then the server is resetting itself, which tell me you're going to tell me that my little website is taking down the network. Anyway, so to make a long story short, I'm leaving. We're going to move over to like Wix or something like that for the time being. Because at least I know that all of their scripts, all of their plugins, everything they use is going to work with their stuff. I don't mind paying the $20 a month fee. I mean, we're paying $100 and something for our server access right now. So the brochure is not on the website. You guys are trying to help me, and I don't need help with this one. I know exactly what's going on. Our brochure, literally, it's just an embedded HTML. That's it. We have a full-on booking service that it literally connects to. So there's nothing on our server but a revolving video loop and like links to our thing and some text. There's nothing on it. So it's bullshit. They just want more money out of us. And we're not doing it anymore. We're done. So I'm so over it. And like 9 months ago, it got so bad that it took our email down too. So I'm like, nope. And I told him, like, this is a, I'm not going to say the number, but this is a something business. And you're fucking with our shit right now. Like, you're literally costing us money. We have to go. I'm flexible about most things until you cost me money. If your problem just cost me $30,000 production package, you're going away. That's it. I'm very flexible about a lot of things, but there's certain things that like I cut off real quick. And I know AWS crashed also. I hosted my closet. I thought about making a server, but I don't want to deal with that because if our thing goes down, if Spectrum goes down, and Spectrum goes down a lot. So I would never trust having a dedicated in-house server because of Spectrum. Anytime the power goes out, anytime the winds blow too hard, there's always something that's going down on Spectrum. So I'm fine. Service is fine. And, at some point I might look at, and our deals are fine. Like our cable package, like everything's good. So it's not enough to have me like literally upend our entire like TV structure. Fi Mobile. No, we can be like on my way to Idaho a couple of weeks ago. I'm trying to add in on my way to Idaho. I'm trying to add in my known traveler stuff. The TSA pre-check. So I'm trying to add it in, and it was in the morning, and I couldn't find where the hell to add it in off of Southwest. And I wanted to have it in there before because I was already running late, and I'm like, I got to just get through this line. Why is it that on that Friday morning, because our flight was at like 9 a.m., entire network went down in Southern California for Verizon. Entire network. They claimed that somebody went in and cut their fiber lines. I'm like, do you guys realize how first of all, how big those fiber lines are? Secondly, how much you'd have to go through to take down an entire network. Because I was down in San Fernando Valley from basically right outside of Ventura because I live in Simi. So it went down right at about Chatsworth. It didn't come back until I hit like Culver City. Like that's how long it was down for. So anyway, these guys are going ham. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. So anyway, I trust redundancy. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Wix first. I know everybody's talking about all these other servers. It's fine. I don't really care. Like I said, our website is really just a splash page. It's got some examples of the stuff we do. We don't go into too many details. Like our pricing is not on there, and for a moment it was about to be on there when our booking website, we use a site called ShootQ, and I know everybody uses all the other things, but we started with ShootQ. It was a photography website, and all the questionnaires and scripts and all that stuff, I went in and literally molded it to work for us. So I can't leave because I've got it perfect now. And now they finally moved over. The pricing page is finally in the new service. So like, I'm not leaving. And the one thing that one has that nobody else has, and I've looked at everybody. First off, most people's contract pages suck. The fact that you can go back in and like change them on a whim is trash to me. That is not a contract if you can change it after somebody signs it. And the other thing is our financial analysis. They have an amazing financial analysis tool. Like we can see literally side to side. What did we do last year at the same time? What do we do this month? What did we do compared to last month? What's our estimated revenue? What's our estimated cash in? What's our booking money? Like all of that stuff is in there. And I'm just like, I can't leave that. I've tried to go to other places and nobody has that data. Nobody. Because they think DJs are stupid. That's the only thing. Like everybody wants to DJ, nobody wants to care about their finances. It's very weird to me, so that's why I can't go. Yeah, I agree. And I'm not IT. So I'm just asking any good person to just mess my stuff up. I know. Is the data from service plug in? Maybe you can add it to your website. Is the data from a service plugin? What do you mean, Pablo? Like from my booking company? I mean, it's already embedded. So when they click request a brochure, a page pops up and all the stuff's embedded. But then when they put their information in, it goes right to our booking site. Data reports you get. I mean, I don't want it on my website. I don't want anybody else to know. There's this weird thing about making money. Okay. Making money to people, like for instance, we can't celebrate our successes. We can't. If we're like, hey, we just hit this number, like clockwork. Hey, wow, you guys are making all the money. I guess it's time to get everybody raises. Hey, you guys are, I'm like, you know what? People don't realize that, like, even though we make more money, we still either had to buy a whole bunch of stuff. We're continuously upgrading. Like, even our CPA is like, hey, you know, you gotta find something that you gotta shelter this. I'm like, we're still buying stuff left and right. We're still buying stuff all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's say the walls and production. Let's say they brought in, I'm throwing out numbers right now, okay? But let's say they brought in an additional, you know, $300,000-$400,000 for like last year. Okay, let's just say that. And that's not a factual number. It could be higher, could be lower. I'm not sure. But let's just say that it did that. We had to buy, you know, we bought the walls. So that's one thing, you know, that's with the walls, with the secondary walls, with all of these things, we probably spent, you know, 60 to 70 grand on the walls, and then adding the extra stuff for the secondary wall, and you know, all the things, all the lighting, you know, all the lighting installs. Yeah, they're great. You know, they generate, you know, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. But guess what? Every time we go to a venue, we're like, oh, hey, hotels, we could do the hangers in here. And then we go to buy the steel hangers, and that costs us $10,000 to buy the steel hangers. You get what I'm saying? To have enough. And the poles and the bases. The bases are $5,000 to get like a set of like an 8 in a rack. You know? So it's like, yes, we're making more money, but we're also spending. Now, fast forward 2 years from now, yeah, that money's going to be much better, you know, as far as our spending versus our receiving. So, but right now it's not. So when like my partner and I see numbers, we're like, oh my God, I think we're going to hit the number. Like, who would have thought, right? We can't share that with anybody. We can share it with our families. That's about it. That's it. But we can't share it with anybody else because they just take it and then they go, you're not paying me enough. And it's unfortunate, you know, that they don't realize that there's still costs associated with it. And the biggest thing, yes, video walls. The biggest thing, the production department, which includes the LED dance floors, you know, and we got to buy more dance floors now because those are starting to get booked. We got to buy more LED dance floors. We got to buy more walls. We got to buy more processors. So all of these things. Okay. So, but the production department that we created just a year and a half ago, 2 years now, it'll be 2 years. I think it'll be 2 years in April. So the production department was never for the DJ company. The production is a new company. The only difference is, like, we have different people that do the installs. It's not necessarily the DJs. Sometimes it is. We pay them roadie pay if they want to make a little extra money, because we're always trying to give money back to the people that work for us. We're just not going to give money to people, more money, just because they've been here. You know, we pay for two reasons. You know, one, you're amazing. And two, I guess amazing, that's kind of falls in the same. Amazing means you're reliable. You don't stress us out. You know, you do everything you're supposed to do. We can rely on you to go anywhere, and we know you're going to do a good job. Okay. You get paid more for that. We don't have to think about you, you know? But for everybody else, you get paid a certain rate. And until you show that you deserve more money, because the whole point of deserving more money is because you either create more money for us or you don't take away money from us. Of course we give raises, but again, raises raises or there's a ceiling to this job. This job is not the job that you're supposed to go and this is your full-time gig that you earn a living on. That's not what this position is. It's never what this position has ever been. This is a part-time job. You work on Saturdays. Part-time job. Now, the money that we charge the client, that's all essentially fixed, right? So there's a fixed rate for all the stuff, which means that you have to operate within our profit margins for that package, not for that package and an LED wall, not for that package and uplights, but for the base package. You're getting paid your salary, your day rate within that package. So it doesn't matter if we do 5,000 other things. That has nothing to do with your pay. Your pay is based upon that, because when you start opening it up to, oh, they just get paid more. What happens if people stop booking walls? What happens if people stop, getting all the add-ons? You still got to pay those people this rate that you've agreed upon. And now you're digging into your profits to pay that person. That person becomes too expensive. You don't work them as much because they're too expensive. They start working for other people. They start doing their own thing. Next thing you know, they're gone. So this is a business. Everybody wants to try to treat it. It's our business. It's their part-time. And if you want to do more, we have positions that we've offered people, and most of them can't do the position. So they just want to make more money for what they're already doing. And that's not how it works on a part-time gig. You work that's how it works on a full-time position. Hey, I need a cost of living. You're my main bread and butter. If I can't get it from you, I'm going to go somewhere else. But for a part-time gig that pays well to begin with, you're not making any more money off of us. Sorry. Don't take it personal, because it's not personal. It's business. So when the partner and I wanted to make more money, there's only one way to make more money. How do we increase our salaries? It's not by using the DJs. It's not by taking more out of the DJ package. It's about creating a new business so we can make more money. People see the walls and it's on there like, oh, you make more money. I could have set up a window repair shop. And if I had that window repair shop and it was doing really well and we were making all the money, not one DJ would say, hey, you're making good money over there. Why don't you give me some of that money over there? Not one DJ would say that. But for whatever reason, they see it on the thing and they're like, oh, we should get more money. Look at all the stuff we're doing. Not we. We are not doing this. I am doing this. Me and my partner are doing this. Not we. Not we. And everybody has a chance to make more money. We have put in training positions. We have asked people to, hey, if you want to generate more money, we're thinking about doing something like this. We're thinking about making a DJ class, or a DJ, weekly DJ thing, whatever. We're doing weddings. We need somebody to run the wedding department. Hey, you want it? It's yours. People are like, oh, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, okay. Fine. Then we'll get somebody else to do it. The problem is that most people, especially if they're part-time, and this is just facts. I'm not trying to call anybody out, but most people lack vision. Okay? It takes vision to be a business owner. Anybody can be a business owner, but it takes vision to grow the business. It takes creativity and ingenuity, all these things to grow the business. And most people don't possess that. That's why most people work for somebody. I have people right now that are amazing, could absolutely kill it. They lack the big picture to know how to do it. I got people right now that are like, oh, I would never start my own business. Why? I don't want to talk to the clients. That seems so stressful. In business, you were always going to have clients. It could be bar mitzvah moms. It could be bridezillas. It could be, Mitsubishi trying to sell something to Toyota. There's always going to be clients, but some people just don't have that skill set, and that's okay. It's okay for me. I'm good. And more importantly, when you find that person that could go off on their own, and you see them, you know exactly who they are, okay? And they're talking to you about more money, and they're talking to you about this, and they're skilled enough to go do it on their own. You don't just let them go. You bring them in. You give them more money. Hey, we need this. Why don't you come in here? I'll put you on salary, blah, blah, blah. Now they don't want to go. Most people leave businesses and create their own because they're being taken advantage of. But if it's fair and equitable across the board, most people don't have the nerve to go off and do their own thing. Okay, this is just facts. Most people don't. So, because there's comfort level and there's the stress, right? So if your comfort level is lower than your stress, you're not leaving a business. Okay. But if your comfort level is high, you're more willing to take chances. Okay. But the same thing applies where if you can get somebody comfortable enough, then they won't want to leave because you've taken care of them. You've gone out of your way to make it better for them. So that's how we've worked. The reason why we went off on our own, because the last company, they didn't value us. They didn't value us, and we damn near put them out of business. Now, imagine if they were like, I got 10 amazing MCs that are literally generating all the business for us. Instead of not paying them more, I'm going to pay them more. I'm going to give them a reason. And most people, let's say for instance, if you do a gig and let's say you make $600, right? Okay. I think that's a good middle ground for people. It's anywhere between like $600-$800 for like a DJ. So let's say you got a multi-op or whatever, and you're paying them that. They're really, really good. Okay. And they're like, hey, I got a lot of people asking for me. You see it, the phone's ringing. People are calling you. They're asking for that person all the time. Why not pay them more? Because those are the people that are going to go off. Figure out a way to bring them into the business. I have there's a competing company out there, been around for a long time, and one of his people was like, "Hey, I want to do my own thing," and the guy was like, "Okay, well, tell you what, I'll make you a partner in here." At a certain point. So you just keep doing your thing. I'll make you a partner. You'll get paid more, blah, 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 blah. It came time for the guy to be like, hey man, look, am I going to be a partner or what? And the guy's like, no, you're not. And he's like, okay. And he left. And he took half the guy's business with him. I don't mean he took it from him, like, come with me. It wasn't like a Jerry Maguire thing, but like he went off on his own. He told the party planners were like, I know you're the good one. The other one is the aging out guy. So we're just going to book you. We know that you know what to do. So we're just going to book you. Now the guy's got half the business and was thinking about retiring at a certain point. You see what I'm saying? You got to be smarter than that. So, and we've seen it too many times to like not get in that position because it can hurt you. So, everything that we do still funnels through via the DJ company, everything. So you can't mess up the DJ company. But until at a certain point, everybody's just calling us like, hey, I need a wall. Hey, I need a lighting install, all that stuff. Then it's a different story. Then. But up until that point, we need the DJs to be good all the time. And that's not just the DJs. It's the MCs, it's the dancers, it's everything. We need them to be good all the time. Anyway, we'll get there. By the way, thank you. I think it was, let's see, who sent the super chat? I think it was Island Boy. Was it Island Boy or Callow? How do I see where the money is? Show me the money. Did my, oh, there it is. Island Boy. Thank you so much, fam. Appreciate you for that. I should have just noticed on the XP points because yours are very high. You are considered a top fan today. So congratulations. Okay. Masterclass on how to run a mobile business. I mean, I think it's just business. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think it's a mobile business. It's just business. And a lot of people, we're never in business. Like, I've been in management literally since I was like 14 years old. Every single job I've ever gone to, people are like, that man's got supervisor, that man's got manager written all over him. So I've always been promoted in any position I've ever been in. Okay. So, and then I was able to learn from like some really amazing people, you know, how to talk to people, how to run a business, how to say things in a way that don't make you vulnerable. Okay. So all of these little things like are what created me, which is why I'm so good at sales, you know, and that's not a flex or anything like that. I know I know my strength. I'm good at sales. I don't know why, because I don't sell, but I'm really good. I am really good at reading people, have been all my life. You know, my partner always calls me out because like, I'll talk to a client and they're asking for an MC and, I'm on the phone with them. So I hear the tone, I hear the inflections, I hear what they're saying, the words they're using. And so I know. So a couple of times I'm like, I'm not sending the girl MCs on this. And he's like, why not? Like, because they don't want a girl MC. Well, what do you mean? What does it hurt to just put it in there? I'm like, it doesn't hurt anything, but it doesn't improve anything either. I don't know. I would just send them. I'm like, well, that's why I'm in this position and you're not, because I know what people want. I know if I really wanted to be mischievous, I absolutely could get these people to buy anything that I offer, anything and everything. But that's not in my core. My core says I want people to get and find value in what they're paying for. I want people to buy something and be like, I bought this. It was more expensive, but damn it if it wasn't the best thing I ever bought. That's how I treat people, and that's how I want people to go. You know, I want people to walk away going, yeah, they didn't oversell me. They didn't give me crap. Everything was good. So, you know, take with that what you will. I've had lots of jobs, but all management. I worked for a revenue enhancement firm. I was a sales manager there. I worked at a satellite company. I was a supervisor there. I even worked at the drive-in. That's right, the drive-in. I was a supervisor there. So I've been in management my whole life. But everything that I learned has helped me today. You know? So, DJ Showcase, yeah, I've heard of Scott Wireless. I don't have any product from them, but I've heard of them. I've seen them. They asked me to do something one time. I just didn't have the time for it. And then I emailed them later on like, hey, let's do something. And then they were like, no, you weren't available when we needed you. That's the way these manufacturers are, by the way. They only want to talk to you when they need you. But if you're like, hey, not all of them. I got some that are really, really good. You know, they always help me out or if I need something. But like a lot of them, they only talk to you when they need you. I was a dancer. I was a professional hip hop dancer. You know, so yeah, I did that too. I've had a long life. I had a band. I've had a long life. I have done so much at my age. I have forgotten things that I've done. Like that's how much stuff I've done. So, maybe I'll write a book one day. Maybe. Anyway, yeah. So So yeah, I mean, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. Bass Boss. Okay. Bass Boss doesn't send me anything. Okay. They sent me an email. It would have been August because it was right before Expo. I run into the CEO. I'm telling her, hey, we need to work together, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, your person emailed. She's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I said, I know you got something coming out. I have ears everywhere. Okay. Yeah, it's not coming out until October. Okay. Well, we like to get it set up. Okay. And the guy's just like, so, we want to make sure that, you're able. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And as you can see, I don't have a Bass Boss system yet. I'm sure I'll get one, but I'll just leave it at but. So I'll email the CEO. But again, they're the American Music Distribution or whatever, the AMS companies. I don't know what it is about AMS. They don't like me. They don't like me. They don't like the brother. And I'm not even making a race thing. Or am I? There is a thing that people want certain people to represent them. This is what I know to be true. For whatever reason, there is a certain thing that some people look for, and I'm fine with that. But like AMS, I can never get anything from them. And they handle Reloop, Bass Boss. There's another company in there. I think Hercules is in there too. Just several of them. And I can never get any product from them. Ever. So it's fine. I have enough stuff to review. Hopefully you guys saw the DJ review. I'm a big fan of the update. I mean, I'm a big fan, period. But like, this update will change everything. For most people that have considered using iPads, because I never use my iPad except for streaming music because I couldn't get it easy on there. Yes, I know. There's some workarounds with like Mixmaster's suite of applications, but to make it this easy now, just a quick export, you pop your thing in, and you can just literally import over your old stuff, and all your stuff retains. Like, that's something that was needed. I was wondering, I'm like, well, are they gonna do like a cloud sync where it just syncs to your iPad? I don't know. This is fine. This is fine. I'm fine with this way. Plus the export I can use for CDJs too. Yeah, I don't know. Is DJ ever going to work for the Opus? Like, is that even on their list? Kylie, I agree. I'm so waiting on Crate Search. I'm hoping they saw my video. I'm hoping that Angelo, I know Angelo saw it. I'm hoping that he sends it to the people because like, that's really the only other thing. And I did not know. I mean, and I did not know that, I didn't know I really needed it until I saw the demo in Serato. Then I was like, how much time do I spend just dragging through crates? Like, how much time do I use for that? So yeah, a search would be so great to just Gage Renata, and then my folder pops up. One day. They supposedly they said they were working on the Rain Performer too for the iPad. I mean, both the Opus Quad and the Rain Performer have been out for a long, long time. So I'm not sure. I'm sure they're working on it is real, but are they going to be able to get it to work? That's the question. Get Opie on the phone. We do, but I have a feeling, I mean, what is it? It's October. I feel like it'll come out like maybe late November. I don't care about the screens, Mixmaster. Yeah, I don't care about the screens. I just want it to work. I can work around not having the screens. But again, most people don't buy the Opus Quad to use. I mean, To each their own. But now that DJ has this, I could care less if the iPad version came now that I have the thumb drives, because I can just, do it easily. I unsubscribed from the paid version of DJ, and the free version is still very useful. Good to know. Good to know. Anyway, a lot of stuff on the horizon. It's a great time to be a DJ. I have to figure out what I want to talk about. Well, they're always working on a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? Like, Serato never fixed a streaming bug I found a year later, and streaming is supposed to be the new hotness. Serato's biggest issue is the lack of programmers. That's their biggest issue. They're a very small team. I'm not sure how many people DJ has, but I feel like they have more than Serato, because the stuff that they implement moves pretty fast in general. So I'm not really sure, but I know Serato is very small. And don't get me wrong, I'm saying all this stuff. I still love Serato. Okay, like, this isn't me going, oh, DJ or nothing. I still love Serato, and every time I open up Serato, there's always this little, just that little happiness. You know what I mean? Like, I'm home. It's kind of like, you live on your own, you whatever, and you're doing all these things, and you're enjoying your jet setting around, and you make your own rules and all that stuff. And then you go home for like the holidays, and you're like, this is nice for a little while. After a couple of days, you're like, I need to get out of here. And that's when you're in Serato, and you're like, oh, let me open up Apple Music. Oh, wait, let me go to Tidal. Oh, wait, I can't. Okay, log out, log into Tidal. Okay, cool, great. All right. Oh, great. You know what I mean? Oh, these things don't save in my in my folders. Okay, great. I have to have this one folder that I have to keep searching back from. Then it's time to go. But Serato has always been good to me. They've always been good to me. DJ is just... DJ is just a little better for me right now. It's not you. It's me. I agree with this. I think most people, look, if you read some of these forums, some of these people are insane. I've seen people, I will never stream. Why? I need to make sure that I have every song known to man on my hard drive at all times. You never know. You never know. And then I get to even crazier people that are also on there like, I never stream. The people, it's considered theft, and you're stealing. If you look at the terms of conditions, you can't. And I'm like, bro, they literally made a plug that you had to pay extra for the ability to DJ. No, you got to read the terms and conditions. You don't know. So the company itself doesn't know. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, they don't know. You know, but they don't know. You have access to all their contracts. You found all the loopholes. Thanks, man. We should all be going to you for everything. Anyway, it's dumb. They all could have, and I was on the video. This is another thing I do want to talk about real quick. After I released the DJ video, I had people in the comments, Virtual DJ has done this for years, the CDJ export, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all I can think of is, do you guys hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? Are you that insecure with your software that you use, that you claim to love, that somebody else coming out with an option is killing you, is hurting you? Who cares if Virtual DJ had it first? Good for you. Does Virtual DJ have an iPad option? Does Virtual DJ have an iPhone option? I don't think so. I think the only one that has is DJ. So who cares if the export? For the most part, even the people I did for DJ don't care about the CDJ export. They care about the fact that they can now get music into their iPads and their iPhones quickly. That's it. That's why I did that video that way specifically. But virtual DJ people, for whatever reason, cannot get out of their own way. Just be happy with your program. There's a lot of cool things in Traktor. Do you see me going, bro, Serato had, I don't care. I don't care what Traktor has. Traktor could have the most important thing ever in it. I probably still wouldn't use it. So just love what you love. And I'm going to love what I love. And I love a lot of things. But again, there are a couple of times on events. I actually did a Halloween event last year at a hotel, and they said they had all the stuff. Anyway, I had my computer, and they told me they had a specific controller there. I'm like, okay, good. So I grabbed my computer, and they're like, oh, we don't have that here. But when I got there, all we have are CDJs and, the RX, whatever. So anyway, DJ was acting weird in one of them, but what would have been great? If I could just export out my playlist and pop it right into the CDJs. I'm done. You get what I'm saying? So it just helps everything. I know Virtual DJ works with everything. Good for them. Good for you. Just be happy with what you got. Okay. Is DJ Angelo just a spokesperson for Algorithm, or is he an owner partner? I don't think he's an owner. I mean, I think he works for them. I don't know exactly in what capacity, but he does work for them, specifically for them. But I don't know. I don't know. I should probably ask him one day. Yeah, because when he first started, I thought he was going on as like a consultant, but he's been all DJ. So he definitely works for them. I just don't know what his title is. I'm going to ask him. Hey man, quick question. What is your title at DJ? Like, do you work for them? Are you a consultant? What's your thing? I don't know why I put DJ Lyric in there. Anyway, Angelo's not too busy. He's pretty good at replying to stuff. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes people get too, it's like our political thing. People get too locked into what it is that they use. It becomes who they are. You know what I mean? They're just all or nothing. DJ Evie. So anyway, I was supposed to go to the gym. So that's why I was trying to do an hour. I was supposed to go to the gym today. I didn't go to the gym. And now this whole LMU thing kind of caught me off guard. And I don't think I can get to the gym today. I have meetings at 1:00 till 4, and I'm gonna have to take them in my car. I don't know how long we'll be at LMU. Maybe we're done by 10 and I can go run to the gym real quick. Or I could work out at home. But it's not the same. It's not the same. Anyway. Okay. So I guess I'll still be on here. I'll do some push-ups after this. If it wasn't for this 1:00 call, I canceled all my calls. The only problem I ever have with Calendly is I think there's a delay when you say no more scheduled things on this date, like mark unavailable, to when it actually does that. I think I might do the Apple TV. I can do it at 12:30 and just do a half hour. In all honesty, a lot of people don't realize those Apple TV workouts, they work. they kick your ass. They really kick your ass. I know a lot of people are just like, if you don't hit the gym, if you don't do like muscles, like, no, that kicks your ass. And I can switch it around because I did legs on Tuesday. So I go upper body on Monday, legs on Tuesday, and then I take a break on Wednesday. I still do like a 2 mile walk or whatever, but I do that on Wednesday, and then I get back to chest and legs. But I could do legs today and then just do body tomorrow. I thought about getting the gym. I don't like working out at home. I might get one at some point. We have a spare room because our kids keep growing up, so we have a spare room. I just can't. I don't know. I don't have the same energy when I work out at home. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy one of those mirror walls things. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll buy one of those. My crazy part about my wedding Saturday is I'm giving them the Maestro AI package for $400. Well, I mean, if they're willing to pay, I mean, most people don't. What happened to swimming? I just haven't had time. I've always neglected my legs. Okay. So, I added in legs, 2 leg days, and it's been great for me. I'm trying to figure out when I can do the swimming. I only have so much time, and I want to keep it so because swimming, you have to swim at least 2 to 3 days a week, or else you won't see the benefits. You know what I'm saying, Mixmaster, you know. So if I can't give, and I also, I do like walking and running. It's just a matter. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta figure it out, because I want to swim again. I just don't know how to get the 3 days into it. Anyway, yeah, I don't even have an accountability buddy. I don't know. I just go to the gym and everybody else is pushing up weight, and it makes me want to do it. That's it. It just makes me want to do it. 4 days is my schedule, and as a Dutch guy, everything by bike. Okay. See that? So that makes sense. Yeah. I need to add in at least 2 days, But like swimming once a week, I'm going to be sore every week, and I'm not going to see any benefits. So, I gotta figure that part out. I gotta figure it out. And with swimming's not the kind of thing where you can do it for a couple of weeks and then stop for a couple of weeks and then go back. Like, it's really not that thing. It's not that thing. Swimming to me is like, I don't know if anybody does pull-ups. Okay. A lot of people do they do the weighted bar, but pull-ups are the hardest to master and the easiest to forget. Like, let's say, you're doing pull-ups, like usually when I hit the cables, and I'm doing like chest, I'll do like, 10 to 12 pull-ups in between reps. So I'll do my chest, do my pull-ups, maybe do abs, whatever. And I'll kind of do this cycle. I stopped doing pull-ups for like 3 weeks. I went back and I could barely do like 6 of them. It was hard. With pull-ups, I don't know what it is about the muscle memory in the brain, but you lose them so fast. That's how swimming is to me. Like you're swimming endurance, because every time you stop, you kind of mess with your mechanics. And then it just takes a minute to get back to, oh, here's my stroke. I remember now, I can swim again. So you have to do it for like at least 2 to 3 days. And I was trying to give my body a break for so Wednesday is like kind of an off day, just so, because you don't want to burn out and you're at the gym 5 days a week. Like, I can't do that. I will burn out. So anyway, I knew Pablo was going to say that. I knew it. Anyway, yeah, I kind of want to get a bike again. I have my Specialized, but it's a, it's a cycling bike. Like I want to get like a road mountain bike. You know what? I think I will buy one maybe this year. Maybe I'll buy one for Hanukkah for myself. Cause they're like, I think they're like $1,500 for something like that. Anyway, and I've looked at the electric bikes too. I've thought about getting some of those. There's some really good looking electric bikes out there. I'm not going to lie. So I thought, but then I thought, okay, but if I get an electric bike, am I actually really exercising? Or am I just riding a moped? So I don't know. Working from home now. I sold the car in 2020. Just been sharing the wife's car. I use the bike everywhere else, and in Miami, just surviving the ride. It's cardio enough. Yeah. I've thought about it. I mean, see, but we're here, Mixmaster. We're here in California. Like it barely rains. I technically could ride. Because really the hardest part for my ride getting to my office is just, we have this thing called Santa Susana Pass. And it's like, I want to say 8 miles uphill, 4 miles downhill. And then you're into San Fernando Valley. And then I'm like, a 5-minute bike ride to get to the office. But again, 4 miles uphill going home, 8 miles down. So if I had an electric bike, at least that part wouldn't get on me. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to buy something. It's either I'm going to buy a mountain bike, a road mountain bike, or something like that. Anyway, we'll see. Digging the MK2. Just did a gig with it. Yeah, I had a couple little issues. I'm still trying to figure out what's causing my issue. Like in the beginning, when I was going back and forth between Serato and DJ with the MK2, it didn't like when I would do that. Like it would cause problems. And so now I have one more test to do with the MK2 to see if there is some sort of a bug that they can fix. And that is if I have the iPad and the computer DJ up on different ports, I want to plug that in and see if it causes any problems. Because that was my only issue. I had one issue one day where it shut down on me and it was random. So not shut down, but like the platters kept shutting down. Anyway, so there's that. Okay. I used to ride all the time. I used to ride everywhere, every day. I'd ride like, 20 to 25 miles a day. And I used to love it. I had thighs that were like humongous, but the guy is kind of orange. I've issued with Charlotte before. What's worst part is it's lagging. Define lagging. What's the story behind the price increase for the Rain 1 MK2? The story behind it is they raised the price. I hope you're not expecting anything more detailed than that. I had nothing to do with it. They just raised the price. That's the story. If you have an issue, you got to take it up with them. But I can say that out of anybody on the microphone in here, I said, buy it now. I said that. I know I said that. I said, buy it now. Some people listened. A lot of people didn't. So here we are. I mean, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense because yes, obviously it is absolute. I mean, we can say it's a tariff issue, or we can say that it's just, hey, it's popular. Let's raise the price. I don't know the actual reason, but it did happen. I figured, if we were just talking about it from a purely like business, like not malicious standpoint, right? Because the tariffs were already there. But if they've had the product, they've had a working demo since January because it was at NAMM, right? So they had a working demo since January. So it would be easy to argue that they had a shipment of a whole bunch of them here in the States already. And then once they sold through all of that, they got to raise the price because now the stock is coming from wherever they're getting it made. That's my guess. You know, because it's the same thing. The same thing has happened to a lot of companies. You know, they're allowed to sell the stock that's already here, and then once that stock went out, the prices went up. So, you know, people don't listen. You should be happy it only went up $200. In all honesty, because depending on where that's coming from, that thing should have been at least 500 more. But they know if they raise it that much, nobody would buy them. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start. I'm definitely gonna start cycling more. I think I'm gonna buy a bike with a basket on it, and I'm gonna ride to the store, get my groceries, and then ride home. I'm gonna be that guy. Maybe even get a little trailer, put my dogs in, take them for a ride. I'm gonna be that guy. Is that the crazy guy? Like, everybody has them. You see them, you know, it's like clockwork. They do it like every single day at the same time. Do you think they're crazy? Or do you think, look at them surviving nature, working out, doing the healthy thing, being less of a burden to the environment? Or do you go, look at that dumbass that won't get in his car. He probably can't even afford a car. Broke ass. Oh. Oh, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking though. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. No tassels. No, mine's gonna be like Tron. I'm gonna get a real one. I'm gonna get a real nice bike. You know, with like the digital display and everything. Like, I'm gonna get one of those. Specialized makes one where it has half a fork. Don't ask me how they do it, but it has one fork and the other fork on the other side is gone. A road bike. It's a mountain bike. It's a street bike, I guess is what you'd call it. I've wanted one of those forever. I mean, we have really good hiking areas. Like, I'm 1 mile, maybe 2 miles away from like an amazing hiking. I take my dog out there. It's like a 4 mile loop. It goes from basically Wood Ranch into Newbury Park. But you go through the mountains, so it's obviously shorter. And it's uphill, then downhill. You got to come around and go uphill, downhill. It takes about an hour. I probably burn at least 1,000 calories on that hike every time I do it. It's a great, great hike. So I'm going to substitute my leg days sometimes for hike days. So I just need to substitute. So I just need to figure out the swimming. I got the leg thing done, but I need to figure out the swimming. Anyway, I saw a group in Iceland on their bikes with a controller and speaker like traveling DJ dance party. That's kind of cool. I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, especially now with the technology the way it is, you absolutely could do that. That's cool. My first DJ controller is a Pioneer DDJ 200, which is not that bad. Beginning DJ controller. I did switch to the Hercules Impulse 500. Okay. Yeah. They're both good beginning controllers. And as long as you can do what you need to do on it, you're good. I'm not broke, I'm smart. Well, I think you kind of know the smart ones versus the bro. I mean, either like the dude's really, really big, like a big heavy dude, and you're like, oh, look at him. Good for you. Good for you getting out there and getting exercise, right? And then you have the guy that's like in jeans and like a tank top, and you're like, oh, you can't afford a car, can you? Oh, too bad. And then you got the person that's all teched out with their gear. You're like, oh, you're like a performance guy. I see. Good for you, I guess. And they always look at you like you're entitled because, oh, you can afford an expensive bike. Anyway, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe I want to be the guy. Maybe I want to be Kevin Bacon from Quicksilver. You know, Quicksilver. When I was cycling a lot, Quicksilver was like the movie, man. I know I'm aging myself, but Quicksilver is one of my favorite movies. It's so bad. It's so bad, but such a great movie. I don't know if anybody remembers Quicksilver out there. Uh, the problem with cycling, the problem with all cycling is the same thing. Um, Two things. One, either you're an entitled cyclist that's like, I'm allowed to share this road with you. Scoot over, blah 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 blah, right? Or people are so scared of you that they literally go 5 lanes over just so they don't hit you. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's the worst thing. So it's actually worse for me. I'm like, dude, get out of my way. I walk up my hill and I walk on the street and I'm in the bike lane. I'm one person, one dude in a bike lane. There's still another like 4 to 5 feet away from me in the street. Why do people still freak out and like cross over and they're hitting the speed bumps? You know, the bumps, the center divider bumps, blah, 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 because they don't want to hit me. How bad of a driver are you where you are that afraid that you're just going to lose control and hit me in your car? Like, that's crazy. Okay. Don't know Quicksilver. I did see Tron Ares. I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought they did a good job. I would have wished that they kept the Sam and Cora story going, but the Easter eggs say that hopefully if they do make a profit or at least break even, which is not looking like they're going to do, we get 3. Because I know people hate Jared Leto. Jared Leto was good in it. I have no problem with that movie. Yeah, the story was a little blah, but everything else about it was amazing. Soundtrack, amazing. Visuals, amazing. You know, he was amazing. He did a good job. Rad, of course, growing up, yes, Rad was definitely the all-time movie. You know, the funny thing is, so this is how much Rad was like embedded into my psyche. Okay. I'm watching Family Guy with my wife. We're just sitting there, and then Family Guy, they can't cancel the Tron universe, and I'll explain why in a minute. And I'm watching Family Guy, and there's they do their little, cutaways. And there's this cutaway part where Peter is on a bike. He's doing flips, he's flipping over, and then he ends, and I go, why do I know this? Why do I feel like this is from Rad? And then at the end of the scene, he goes, that was radical. And my wife said, how do you know this? I'm like, because that movie, when I was growing up, there's a couple of movies that back in the day, they were like extreme sport movies. Rad was one. What was it? Was it Gleaming the Cube? That was with Christian Slater. That was the skateboard one where he did the downhill racing on the skateboard. Quicksilver. The surfing one. North Shore. North Shore changed my life too. I think those are the ones. Yeah, those are the ones. Oh, Over the Top. Over the Top, Dad. Over the Top. Absolutely, Sly Stallone. Cannot forget about Sly Stallone. Yes. Sly Stallone had several movies like that where you just, you had to watch them over and over again. Oh yeah, the inline skating one. I don't remember which one that was, but I remember. Yeah. So yeah, and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt tried to do a Quicksilver style movie. He's like a bike messenger also, but wasn't as good. I forget what that one was called. Okay, let's answer a couple of tech questions before I get off of here. Yeah, so Tron Universe. I have a hard time believing Airborne. That's right, Airborne. I have a hard time believing that they're going to cancel the Tron Universe because Disney has invested a crap ton of money in Tron. I mean, if you go to Disney World, Tron's a huge roller coaster. So I have a hard time believing that. They might wait a while, but I have a hard time believing that. Okay. Thrashing too. Thank you, Keith. Yes, Thrashing. Yeah, those two. That was great too. Uh, yes, you did. Yeah. I don't follow a lot of people. I don't follow a lot of movie people. A lot of movie people who are like, oh, you should go see this. They have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea. But you and I, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. I did go see Black Phone 2, which was not like the first one, but still pretty enjoyable. Still very enjoyable. And I've been doing this really good thing. It's been helping me in movies. I stopped watching previews. Movies are so much better if you don't watch the previews. You just know it's coming out. You see a couple of little parts of it and you change the channel. And movies have been better. I mean, anyway. Okay. I feel like there might have been. No, I think it was all Nine Inch Nails. Can you do split pad mode on the Rain one with DJ? You know, I haven't tried, but I don't think so. Because, DJ Opera has their pad modes are different, but I'll try it. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. My Rain one is in the truck. What do I have over here? Oh, and I have the Ref 7 on my desk, on one of my desks. He had to go to the stock market to win everybody's money back. That's right. Yeah, my car payment's paid for by the company, so I don't even think about it. But yeah, you're right though. Okay, I saw something from Kylie. What did Kylie say? Kylie. Don't tell me I lost it already. Damn it. Filter. Include name. Okay. Maestro News. It looks like they're going to be ready for Art next month. They're so close. Okay. All right. Good. I still have to use mine. I just I've been messing with everything else. I just got to work on it. I'm so delayed on that one. I did have, we've been working on the ILS stuff. I'm going to do a review of the ILS lights, the light poles, and their dedicated movers. So I'm going to do that review this weekend. I have 2 parties I'm going to use it on, and we'll get some content. I'll show you what it looks like, show you how it works, and go from there. That's my thing. I might end up replacing my Gig Bar Move ILS with that. And the only reason why is because smaller footprint. So I have my Gig Bar Move ILS in the hard case. The hard case is so big, I can't even like put it in my truck. Like it says on the sub, I can't close my truck bed at top, my tonneau cover. So it has to go inside of my truck, which is annoying as hell. But the poles and that, they're small and they'll fit better. So, especially if I'm bringing the Everse 70s, like they fit in my truck with the tonneau cover closed, but they take up more space. So I can fit my furniture, and I can fit my furniture, the speakers, the tops, my cord bag, and I believe my dolly. But I cannot fit my lights in there. But I might be able to fit them in there with the new setup, or at least they're taking up such a smaller footprint in the back of my truck. Or in the back inside my car. So that's kind of what I'm shooting for. If these work out, I'm just going to own them, and I'll pass my gig bars down to my other parties. Anyway, okay. I just split. Hey, the split queue on the MK2 should signal channel left cup. Channel 2. The split queue on the MK2 should signal left. So yeah. So hold on. Let me get out of this. let me get out of this. Okay. Yeah. So the way it works is, cause I just used it. Left ear is your internal, sound. The right ear is your speaker. Okay. So anytime you flip from left to right, it's still going to be in your left ear, your internal. And then the right ear is for your monitor, your booth. So something like that. And it works well. It works well. I had to use it recently because the speakers were playing so low and the speakers were in front of me. I needed something to boost my energy up. All right, Neff, good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, Soulbar Harmony in the building. What's happening? Premium Rush. That was the one. Premium Rush. Thank you, Spen. Yeah, I was hoping it was going to be more like Quicksilver. It wasn't. It's close, but it wasn't. Wish there was an option to split queue listening options. I get that. Like for me, I prefer to have the monitor on my right ear. So it's like perfect for me. My whole issue has always been the same though, was like making sure that the volumes are equal. And I still slightly struggle with that on occasion. You know, even though you see the LEDs, I always have to flip it to full over. So when I'm bringing it in, especially for scratching and stuff, so you can hear your scratches. If not, you're never going to hear your cuts. And it works. It works. You know, I used to not do split queue because a lot of my things don't have split queue in them. But just recently, I started going back to it with my in-ears, and they've been good. I use my in-ears and I use the IO or whatever, however you pronounce it. And I love them both, and I use them both. The IOs stay in my bag, and it just depends on what I'm doing. Like I like the IOs because I can just quickly throw something on if I just need to do a sound check. But if it starts to get like more detailed and I'm having trouble, because the one thing is about the IO or AIA, whatever, is they're really good, except for the fact that if you are in a loud environment, you do get more noise bleed than I like. So if I'm in that environment, I switch to my in-ears and close it off. And you could switch the connections in your in-ears. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, absolutely. I think you just solved your problem. Because the monitor is always on your right ear. So just switch them, swap them out. Okay. All right. Couple more questions and I'm out. I think they do, but they're really good. But they're really good speakers. I have no complaints about the speakers, and they're just not like the new Pioneer ones. I think overall, the Pioneer ones have a better closed-in system. I do believe the sound is better in general, but they're not as convenient, they're heavier, and they're far more expensive. So that's the problem. Again, convenience sometimes trumps quality. Sometimes good enough is good enough. So, and I just got, I still got to review these. These are the Rode ones. Rode ones are actually really good. I'm not going to lie. What I do like about the Rode ones is first off, they're good looking headphones, but more importantly, I can switch them from left to right. And they have really good low end. They're just good. And I just got these. They just showed up at my desk at my door. From Mackie. Professional closed back headphones, premium studio reference, great for recording, studio monitoring, and critical listening. I just got these MC350s. Premium studio reference. I got to try those. I don't even know. I don't even know Amazon what they cost. I hate that I'm going to LMU tonight and I'm going to miss the game. These Thursday things. MC 350 Mackie. Okay, they are $159. They're getting 4 out of 5 stars. Okay. So I got to try these out and see. Come on, get to my reviews. More than practical, decent sound, but they are way too small. How big are your ears? My God. Leather soft, baby. Time will tell. Great until they break. I'd recommend Mackie. It's always the same review. It's always the same reviews pop up. Always. And I always question how people use their headphones because so all of my in-ears that I've gotten from Mackie, because you guys know I use like the really good in-ears. So all my other in-ears I gave to my son. Why are they all broken? He's like, can they fix this? Can they fix this? I'm like, I don't understand. Why are you always breaking your stuff? He just breaks his stuff because he doesn't take care of his stuff. So most of the time when people break stuff, in general, not all the time, but most of the time, it's because of them. It has nothing to do with the quality of the speakers. It has everything to do with how they treat the speakers. Just want to take a look and see what they look like. It's funny that they have to say closed back. Most of the time, they're always closed back. It's just the open backs that you really need to tell people about, which would be annoying. I can't stand open backs. I know they sound better, but I can't stand open backs. Okay. Well, first off, these are absolutely not DJ headphones. Look at the size of this case. That's crazy. Look how big this case is. Okay. I'm not mad at that. That's clean. That is a good presentation. This is all the cords and everything. All right. We got braided. We got standard rubber. We got iPhone. And then the 1/4 inch. You can never say Mackie doesn't give you all the stuff you need. But here's the problem. I can't fit everything back in now. It's like they make it perfectly to go in one time. And now. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, they look heavier than they are. Okay. I found the first problem. They're right. They are small. Because they're on right now. And this is as low as they get. So that's what they were talking about. In other words, if you are wearing a hat, I can barely get them to cover my ears. I see. Okay. I mean, I do not have big ears. That is the one thing I can say. I absolutely do not have big ears. That has always been a fear of mine. Now, one thing I will say, I do love this is where the cheapness comes into play. Okay. Because, and look, Mackie. So this is their form fitting, right? That can go in here, but look, they didn't even like glue it in. So now that's a problem. I would have at least glued this piece in, because every time you pull out, oh, and you can't put them in, you gotta close them up. Yeah, because every time you pull out the headphones, you potentially risk pulling this guy out. But I'm going to put my Game Boy Advance in here and all my games. Lou in the building. What's happening, fam? Good to see you. But I'll give them a try. I'll put this down as this will be the last headphones that I need to review, because I need to review the Rhodes. I need to review the Rhodes. I need to review the Phoenix. I need to review the Samson ones. I need to review the XDJ. I need to review the Mackie sub, battery powered sub, which I might do tomorrow. If I get into the office early enough, I might do that tomorrow. What else do I need to review? Anybody remember? I think those are the big things I need to review. So we'll see. And then I will email the CEO of Baseballs and see what we're going to do about getting me some speakers to test out. We'll see if they do it or not. We'll see. What I don't want is them to be like, okay, we're going to send you one. What am I going to do with one? What am I going to do with one column array? Because people have tried before. I'm going to send you one. No, I need two. I need a pair. I'm going to put these on a party and we're going to run them and we're going to hear how they sound. Anyway, we'll see. I'll email her before I leave today. Let's get this ball rolling. Okay. Besides that, nothing else, guys. All right. It's 12:50. I got a 1 o'clock call. So I got a 1 o'clock Zoom call. So I need to prepare for that. Anything else? You have any more questions? Mac Joseph in the house. What's going on? Any more questions you guys have before I leave? They do look huge. The column arrays do look huge. I'm unsure as to how big they really are, but from what I've seen, they look big. Now, they should be big because I truly believe they're designed to replace a point source system. You know, so and especially at $8,000 a side, they better replace the point source. They better replace every point source you have for $8,000 a side. And they're 18s, so they better sound just like their Baseball's point source, just in a more compact design. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. 8 racks per side. Per side, Ted. Our request for playlist search is going to be considered a DJ. Why are you telling us this, Mac? I know this. It's not even a consideration. It is a necessity. That should be number one on their list, because it should not take that much time to put a search on there. That should be number one on their list. It's the one thing that Serato people are really excited about, because it's really the only thing that they gave Serato. Yes, you can do filtering, you can do more right-click options, but they're just coming in line with everybody else in the right-click options. Okay, but that crate search, everybody needs that on every single software. So I'm hoping everybody sees it. I think Rekordbox has crate search now, but they're the only ones. But then you'd have to use Rekordbox, and we know most people are not using Rekordbox. Not in that capacity anyway. Sennheiser HG25s. Okay, here's my issue with Sennheiser. A Sennheiser to me sounds great. I have never, ever loved the volume output on the Sennheisers. I used to use them in my recording studio, and I had to get rid of them. I had to get rid of them, and then I ended up going with the Sony 7506s because they just weren't loud enough. And I don't even like my stuff blasting, but they weren't loud enough. So that's my only problem with Sennheiser. Every time. We have dual filter now. Yeah, that's fine. I don't go into that much detail. You know what I mean? Most DJs are using Rekordbox. Yes, I know that asterisk, Mixmaster. Oh, I know the caveat, but in general, most people don't. 7506s are, I believe the 7506s are the best made headphones ever. They last forever. I had my original 7506s that I bought. I got them used in like 93. And I used them all through my recording studio before I finally upgraded to, I think I upgraded to it might've been the Pioneers, but those 7506s, I know Mixmaster, I know the rest of the world, blah, 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 not America. But the 7506s, all of it, pads, crusty, super crusty, falling apart, everything. Just now all I got is cloth underneath that fake leather, right? It still sounded good. They still sounded good. I plugged them in later on. Like I found them like in a box, like 10 years later, I plugged them in. I'm like, they still work. They don't die. That is the thing about the 7506s. They don't die. You might have the crappiest ear pads ever because you couldn't replace them originally. You can probably replace them now, but they would not die. They didn't even have a detachable cord. The cord never separated. Never had a problem with it. Never had a problem with it. 7506s were the classic studio monitors. Everybody had 7506s. Now everybody's, people are using like Beats Pros now. I'm like, how are you going to be able to engineer with Beats Pros? They're not flat. That's not a flat response. Anyway. Yeah. Yep. The Pioneer has a way about them, especially except for the new ones, which are heavy, but they do sound good. Pioneer makes great headphones. Can't lie. And I'm talking the overly expensive to the super cheap. All of their headphones are really good. They just are. I don't know why. I don't know what they have in them. I mean, look, Pioneer in general, I know people are not going to like this. Pioneer in general just makes quality stuff. And even if it's not quality, they have a way of making it feel quality. I don't know how they do it. No other manufacturer has it. No other manufacturer. I can grab a Flex, Flex 4, a Rev 1, and they always feel good. I can't say the same thing with like a Newmark, or even like Hercules or any of that stuff. They just, I don't know what they do, but it just feels good. Now, sound quality might be an issue and things like that, but like in general, there's a reason that Pioneer sells so much product, and it looks good. The one thing about Rane, and I like Rane. I use the Performer. I use the MK. I have been opting to use the MK2 Rane 1 when I'm not using my furniture. I've been opting to use that over the Rev 7 just in general lately. Just in general. No reason. I still prefer the Rev 7 crossfader over the Rane 1 every day of the week, over the Rane Performer every day of the week. I guess technically I could update my crossfader to like one of the, aftermarkets. I just don't love the aftermarket crossfaders. They all have it. They all have a little bit of an issue. You know what I mean? Like they all are, like even the ones that are made by Innofader. Innofader makes quality crossfaders, but every so often sound just cuts out on them. Like you're trying to do like a triple click or something like that, and you'll lose because the magnet or the sensor that tells it to cut off sometimes doesn't cut off. V-Mode LPs. I have those. I do love them. Although they definitely aren't as transparent as other speakers, but they are very good. They are very good. And they're my go-to for most people when they're like, what should I buy? I'm like, just get the V-Modus. They're just quality, and they compress all the way down. I actually can't find them. I think my son borrowed mine, and I think he lost them because I have a box right here with the V. I have three cases, and they make really good cases too. The V-Modi cases are very good, but 3 cases, none of them have headphones in them. Anyway, I remember when the higher end Pioneer controllers all came with IEC. I bet you prefer the IEC cable on the Rain one. You know what? Yes and no. Yes and no. Because my issue is, first off, I don't lose my cords because my cords go back into my glide case. So I always have my cord. So that's never been an issue. Here's the thing. All my speakers, all my lighting, everything is PowerCon. So now I need it to be PowerCon. I don't need it to be IEC. Now I have to keep a spare IEC just for the controller because everything else is PowerCon. So, it depends on what you're doing. You might have to use it anyway. Oh no, I have all of them. Daniel, I've had all of them. Yeah. And the Crossfade 3s are better than the LPs. Absolutely. They feel better. They're just a better fit. And if you get the upgraded pads on them, they're great. I have no issues with the V-Modus whatsoever. V-Moda makes good product. They're owned by Roland also. Yeah, Roland bought them out a couple years ago. Which is funny because Roland bought them out and then it kind of feels like they kind of got real quiet. Anyway. What's Max saying? He's having a problem with his USB. My only issue right now with DJ is I use the SanDisk record box drive, which is also the DJ Tech Tools drive. And when I plug it in, I can't eject it from within DJ. So I sent that message off to, which is why it's not in the video. I sent that off to DJ and they said, yeah, there's a known bug with certain USB drives in the Mac where the eject is not available. So they're working on it. It'll be in an update. But yeah, I can't eject that out. It's annoying. But I didn't put it in the video because I'm a good person and I knew they were going to fix it. And I know for some people the eject is right there. So I would get more, hey, mine works. It must be a you thing than it's worth for it. So we'll let them get the update in and fix it and call it a day. Okay. It's 1:00. Didn't get my workout in, you sons of bitches. But I do have to go because I have a call. I will get my workout in. I won't get my workout in because I have to leave. Maybe. We'll see. I have a window. I don't have a window. I lied. Oh, yeah, because my window is when we have to leave to go to LMU. So, all right, y'all. Let's get $50 worth of super chat and you do 50 push-ups. I'll do them when I get off. You don't have to do that right now because I am late to my call. And this is a very important call that I have to get on. So thank you guys for hanging out today. I will see you next Thursday, day before Halloween. Maybe we'll do a Halloween show. I know somebody asked me when we're going to do interviews again. They probably won't be in real time. I'll probably just do the interviews and then send them out because I find that the numbers are not as good when I bring people on. Very weird. I know. But if I do it like just a standard, then my numbers will be fine. People are weird that way. So I will get back to them, but I need to pick and choose. I want to start incorporating in my reviews some things that people, I got some ideas. Anyway, we'll get there. But I got to go. Busy weekend. I'll let you know what happens afterwards. So have a great day, guys. See you soon. Peace.